Welcome everyone to come to our Dao De Jing Chapter 1 workshop today. First of all, we're going to sing this song together.
天地之始，有名万物之母。故藏物一观其妙，藏有于一观其徼。此两者，同出而异名，同谓之玄，玄之又玄，宗妙之门。此两者，同出而异名，同谓之玄，玄之又玄，宗妙之门。同谓之玄，玄之又玄，宗妙之门。
This background of this song is the pictures from our garden, our daily lives. We started to discuss this chapter. When we describe Tao, it may not be constant Tao. Tao is a way, is a truth. We use this word in Chinese character for thousands of years. So talking about the image of our universe, our life. Tao is the way. We use this way to reach our final goal. So Tao is a method or a way to guide us to reach the goal. When we use the original Chinese characters, Tao is written as this. This word is combined two parts. First part is the head, and the second part of this word is walking. And the head means we have the indicator. He guided our thoughts, our mind, to walking on the way. So there's a deeper meaning in this word. The Tao is not just looking outside. In a different way, we're looking towards the inside. That way, whether it's the constant way to reach the inner world. The second sentence, When we name a subject, it may not be a constant name. We use this sentence to describe the Tao. Before I born, I have no name. I give it as says nameless. After I born, I have a name. This name originally come from my parents. They give me a Chinese name. And later I change part of it because I came into the different country. I put a different name, use that after I came here. So that name is temporary. 100 years later, I passed away. That name maybe already disappeared. Nobody going to remember anymore. This depends on the person. If a person have done very good thing in the world, people are going to remember that person for a long, long time. So, name for any subject may not be the constant name. So, nameless is the beginning of heaven and the earth. That means all the living beings or all the beings on our world is originally come from nameless source. After everything created, existence is named by our parents, or we call the mother of the myriad things. So if we're looking at, we know the constant long exist, we can reach, we can search is miracle. Everything before we born, we don't know what they are come from. For instance, modern science, looking for the universe, and then trying to search where this universe come from, where is the solar system come from, where is our planet come from. And there is one example people very interested in is black hole. People trying to search that says everything's come from that endless or emptiness, the place, and from there create a lot of the new stars and new planets. So people looking for that. Because when we search where the universe come from, the only way is trying to find the constant existent things. Just like we search the universe, where we're from. When we trying to find the deeper inside of the universe, far away, tens of thousands light years far away, I find a place that's the origin of all the stars created. People for thousands of years, hundreds of years, they use all different ways, use the eye, use the vision, or use some kind of simple equipment trying to find them, and still don't understand them. And now I understand, if you want to find the black hole, you have to make a very big connection, use the big microscope looking for far away that black hole. We need a big lens, maybe the sizes like Earth. A human being is very smart. They connect different places to make like a network, then make this just like a very big telescope, then kind of find the black hole. That's the example to looking for the miracle things. And then that's the existent things. We observing the display of that miracle. Inside our world, also we have the miracle. For instance, people doing the yoga, doing the meditation. Why we wanted to do that? Because we're trying to find the miracle place in our body. Right? So somebody to meditate, like inside our brain, we're trying to find the connection, like 7 chakras, or find the miracle spots in our body, and trying to connect to the miracle energy in the universe. And one place we know in our underneath our brain is we call the pituitary gland, and also there's we call the miracle spot in underneath our central nervous system. We focus on that and do the Chan meditation and generate the energy. Just like the pine seeds, right? They can connect to the universe, generate our energy. This guiding place we call the miracle gate. This miracle gate is very similar to the black hole, this connection. And constantly existent, we're trying to focus on to bring that energy to observing the energy, how they generate. We are observing its display. Therefore, constant existence or the constant non-existence, these two things come from the same source. Because we look in this body form, the image, before it's not really exist. Come from our parents, their body. Then we have us. This one originally is come from the universe, the emptiness of the universe. Therefore, these two flow from the same source, but are named differently. So existence or non-existence, they are just the name differently, but they are come from the same source. And they are both, we call them mysterious. Mysterious is this existence or non-existence. We're looking deep inside our body or the universe, their connection. We know they come from the same source. And the mysteries of the mysteries is the gate of all wonders. We look inside the miracle. We look inside our energy source. We know they come from the emptiness. We hardly describe them, but they are the miracle gate. They guide us into the wonderful world.
Could you explain this essence of the Tao?
Essence of the Tao, hardly to describe that words. If we use the words to describe Tao, we always miss something. But the Chinese trying to describe the Tao. Our ancestors says the Tao is the harmony of the yin and the yang. Harmonize the yin and the yang. Chinese people, our ancestors trying to use a symbol to describe the Tao. So what did that picture give us? This is the white part, and the inside have a black part. And this is the shaded part, but this is the bright part. That kind of indicate everything have two things combined together. We cannot simply separate them. Any part have one part of this and one part of that. So says this is the harmonized, the balanced way indicated the Tao. And if we look inside, because our inner world, we know Tao is the way of cultivation to enlightenment. So a lot of cultivators, they sharing different way to trying to teaching how do we make enlightenment ourselves to connect to the energy source. People give it a different name. Some people says God, some people says Buddha, some says this and that. But everyone trying to looking for the energy source, trying to get enlightened, to understand where we come from, trying to find the truth of the Tao.
Other questions. How do we practice Tao in our daily life, in our body, our health?
That's a good question. How do we practice Tao to actually we can looking for the reality, our daily lives, to make our life better and make our health better. Actually, that's a good beginning way to cultivating Tao. Because we are looking for the world, we're looking for our universe. Our existence is very complicated, relate to many different sources, many different kind of influence to our body. I constantly reflect my mind. I try to absorbing from the outside, looking for all the miracle things, and I try to find the answer. Then gradually I find if I wanted to make my life better, the best way is to simplify our life. Simplify whatever we are looking for. We think things not too complicated, and we can make our life simpler. My personal experience, one time I found, how come I have a lot of reflex after dinner? Maybe I eat improperly, I eat too much. Therefore, I said, let's cut down the dinner. I don't eat the dinner. After 1 month, 2 months, my reflex gone. I don't feel trouble much anymore. We make it simpler because within 24 hours, I only use a few hours to let my stomach, my digestion system work. The rest of the almost 20 hours, this body is stay in the very simple, relaxed rest of the situation. And this body is much easier to manage. So now I realize if I eat simpler, my body will feeling better. So I started to realize the Tao is the same way. If we find our body have a lot of trouble, we have a lot of worries, a lot of cannot sleep, or cannot this, cannot that, I make the things simple. I don't want to make it complicated. So simplicity is the answer for to make life better, make our life easier to manage. If we want to manage our anything in our daily lives, we're trying to find the simple way. We don't want to make things more complicated. Hopefully that's the first step to reach the Tao. I hope that answers your question. This is the beginning chapter, but it's the hardest chapter. The rest of the chapters we're going to spend many years. Each month, if I discuss one chapter, another probably 7-8 years, I'm going to focus on this Tao Te Ching class. Learning is endlessly. If every day we cultivate a little bit, we gradually can reach the far goal. We can reach the center of the Tao, reach the higher spiritual world.